Let's tank Heroic Assault. This also can be used for normal, but we'll be mainly focusing on Heroic. The same goes for Mythic as well, how you're going to tank this and approach it. So the main goal here is to kill their artillery before your artillery dies, which is used by taking boxes, which is nothing to do with us really, so we'll focus on the tanking aspect for now. So the main goal as a tank is to create little death balls of mobs, and by this I mean you make all the ads come into a big ball and you blow them up. You don't tank them on one side or the other and keep them separated. You need to keep everything together as tight as possible. There's not really a lot of kiting you should be doing unless there's a tank coming, or I don't know, you need to move the previous ads onto a new set of ads. But the goal here is to keep as still as possible. Even though the ads are spawning all over, you can always taunt them in or throw, say, an Avenger's Shield if you're a Paladin, or Heroic Throw, taunt them in, Vigilance taunt, stuff like that. Keep a tight ball of mobs, because this will increase your whole raid's DPS, increase your own DPS, and kill everything a lot quicker. The next thing to know is what's going to kill you and kill the raid. So as a tank, the only thing that's really going to kill you are the big hulking berserkers, and they're going to put a stacking debuff increasing damage to you. So all you're going to do is keep an eye on how many stacks you've got. At about 2 or 3, you're going to start using cooldowns. And if these stacks are getting to 4 or 5, your DPS aren't killing them quick enough, so you really need to call a hard swap to them and get them down before the next comes, because the next one will keep stacking this debuff, so you need the debuff to actually drop. Or you can have the other tank pick it up as well. It's up to you, but in this video I'm going to show you we've actually got the DPS to kill everything quick enough. I'm tanking on my main, which is way over geared for this. So it's your shot on this. But as I said, make sure it's all down quick enough and you should be good. The next thing you need to look for is prioritising the tanks that are coming. These won't kill you, they attack the actual artillery, but they need to die ASAP because they've only got a certain amount of health. The next thing that's going to actually wipe your raid are the little casters. And all you need to do is, at roughly, I think it's 25% health, they're going to transform, and they just need to be DPS down because they're going to start pulsing AoE damage, which can't be interrupted. So all you really need to actually swap to these, and they are #1 priority in the whole fight. Everything else in this fight, the little engineers, they stun, but you can interrupt it, and the stun can be dispelled, so they're like really low priority, and the little infantry guys, they're the least on your priority list. They just need picking up and not going around meleeing the healers, or some of the DPS that might be AoE cleaving them down. And apart from that, that's pretty much the whole fight for you as a tank. There's nothing really more to explain. Make sure the boxes that are being dropped are getting ran to our own artillery, so the fight doesn't last too long, and really it's pretty much tank and spank. There's nothing too hard. Now let's talk about when to use your offensive abilities like your Blood Boil, Avatar, Ravager, Tank Ring even. And now the best places to use these are things your DPS might be struggling on to help them catch up a bit. So like to kill the tanks, the berserkers, them casters that have transformed. That's the best time to use your offensive abilities. But if you're just going for a pure pad, just use them on cooldown and use your armor pot when needed, pre-pot obviously on the pull. There's nothing really too much to go on. If you do think you're going to actually die from a berserker and you're out of cooldowns, you've got your externals, and if you're all out of externals, you can always heroic leap away and make sure that the berserkers are slowed. That's pretty much it. There's really nothing else to go on about, guys. I hope this helped you get the kill. If you're struggling, feel free to ask comments in the comment section below, like and subscribe.